it's always somebody with like a really insightful question that's very nice about it, right? Like, hey, sorry, but unlike the rest of you lot who are just rude, right? When you're asking me, why don't you like my favorite rapper? What did you? This is actually very insightful, and I do think it's connected, right, to the video that I made about the R&B hip hop Billboard list. Let's talk about it, right? So, Seven Levels of Rapper video on YouTube by Dupley. He's a bigger YouTuber. I would say I've been hating on the video, but I say that in jest. Y'all take things too seriously because someone beat me to the punch. This is a video that, on God, I should have made. This is right up my alley in the sense that I think he takes a really solid approach to understanding the difference between what rappers do. You know what I mean? It was a great video. So I want to start with let's go with level 4, 5, 6, and 7 and what he talked about and what I talked about, and I'll tell you why it's connected to that top Billboard list in a second. Okay, so we got the level 4, right? I'm gonna skip 3, 2, and 1 because it's whatever. I think he nails kind of those those points there. But level 4 is like where things start getting contentious. 5, 6, and 7 too, because that's where a lot of y'all favorite rappers are. But like somewhere like level 4, I'm cool with this. Right? Someone might have a problem with Fabulous, but I think you're not doing a comp with Fabulous compared to the era that he grew up in, his potential, where he could have been, then the things that Fab falls short in, right? Like I'm a big time fan of Fab's ability to rap, but I'm also one of his biggest critics. I don't talk about it a lot on TikTok. Like a lot of my friends and my girl, they love Fabulous, right? Like I have it's almost like sometimes like it feels like I'm doing like this potential battle with Fab. Like, but if you want to move someone like Fab to a level 5, I'm cool with that, right? But when we start comparing the level 5 rappers, and then you start seeing the success they have versus Fab, and you start saying, okay, I see why he fell short. Now you got guys like Jack Harlow, Big Sean, Megan Thee Stallion, ASAP Rocky. Like, yeah, some of these people in this box rap better than the others, but they all seem to be stuck in this realm of level 4. Like, it's like, yo, on this level of how good you could be at this shit, you missing certain things, right? And we move to level 5, and this is where it gets contentious, and a lot of y'all are upset because I mean you got two of the biggest stand groups on here. You got Kanye on here, and then you got, for the old school, you got LL Cool J. So people gonna be upset, but this is why I said it connects to that R&B and hip hop list so much, right? On that R&B and hip hop list, let me show you. If you don't know what we're talking about, what video I'm responding to, bang, you'll see Drake, you'll see Wayne, you'll see Jay-Z, you see Eminem, right? And then now I know that it's important to give these guys props for being on this list, but that doesn't mean it speaks to their technical ability to be an MC. It doesn't mean this is the creme de la creme or whatever. You'll notice missing is J. Cole, missing is Kendrick Lamar. The reason I was shocked with Kanye being missing is because while I don't think Kanye is the greatest technical rapper, I thought this is the realm where the numbers should have matched. I have to go look up Kanye's Billboard R&B hip hop entries. Maybe the later albums didn't chart. I got to figure out why Kanye is not on the list. But I'm not shocked with like a Kendrick or J. Cole not being on here because output is one thing. So Kendrick got that. He don't really release too much. So you gotta have some kind of consistency and on to be on this list as well. You gotta release a ton, right? And then also someone like J. Cole doesn't necessarily focus too much on hits, so you get that, right? So take a mental snapshot of this list, right? And let's go back to level 5. And you'll see Drake is on that list at number 1. DMX is another person that in the 90s was killing the charts. And I thought Kanye would be on there. Nicki obviously is looked at as legendary. So why are they level 5? Dupley talked about it. I think you should go actually watch the video. But for me, I just want to tell you guys, yo, dog, understand that being the greatest level of rapper, this is a great lesson for y'all, doesn't dictate your commercial success. Sometimes actually, that's why I consider someone like Jay-Z the GOAT, unless you figured out that balance, it actually ends up being a little counterintuitive, right? Because I said the other day, I think Drake's one of the greatest songwriters of the generation. People are like, no, he's not. I'm like, stop arguing. That's just one of the things he does really well. And they know how to write hooks and write songs. That don't make him a better rapper, a better MC than a Kendrick or a Black Thought or a Jay-Z, right? Like, it is what it is. Now, the only thing I have pushback on here was LL Cool J, but Dupley had explained it. He said, yo, LL came out at a certain time, so like his ceiling was there. And I'm like, I don't know if that's fair. He does the same thing with Rakim too on level 6, right? So you kind of see that. And level 6 feels right. See guys like Cole on here, Wayne, Common, Rakim. It feels right. You see Doom on here, like it feels right, right? Um, but the thing about level six is, I actually think this is. I think sometimes this can be the worst level to be on. And I think I'm thinking about this from a J. Cole level, right? Because you put Drake on level five, right? Okay. But Drake knows, I'm level five, but I make amazing songs. Like, I make songs that's gonna land me on lists like the Billboard charts, right? But when you're J. Cole, it's like, okay, you worked really hard to be an amazing MC, technical, but unless a list like this, like a Duplee makes, it's like, will really people care about you as much? Wayne is an exception here. I think Dupley mentions in his video. I don't know if I'm saying his name right, but Wayne is kind of like an exception where it's like he's level six, but he's still commercially very viable, right? But the thing is, you compare someone like Cole to these level seven rappers, right? Who like, except maybe like Nas, but they all figured out how to be like staples in this bitch. Like they got the MCing down packed, they got the stories down packed, they got the, so this like the holy grail. Now the pushback I have, as usual, again, is the old school. Do I think Pac is a level seven? The way I'm looking at how Dupley did this list, I don't think so. I think it's impactful. I think he's closer to the six and fives. Actually, I'm wrong. I actually think Pac is closer to five. Because if we're gonna do what we did to Drake, Kanye, and them, Pac to me closer to five. Now, impact, of course, level 100, right? But when you talk about the other MCs on here, I don't think Pac can rap with them the way we're judging this list, right? Like, everybody on this list except for Pac on level seven scares me. That's why when I do my commentary, I try to tap into my rapper brain. If you told me to rap with everybody on here, I'd be shook. The only person I wouldn't be that shook is Pac. But the reason I would be shook about Pac is his presence. I know Pac gonna outshine me on the track. I know when y'all hear Pac and y'all hear me, I'll be like, nigga, so what my, he's gonna own the track. So I don't know if Duplessis considering that as part of what's needed to be a technical MC, but there's that. I know this video's went long enough, but I thought this was a great question because I've been meaning to talk about this Duplessis shit. And the moral of this story on this Yap session is the level of rapping you are doesn't necessarily always dictate commercial success. But the reason why a lot of these guys on level seven are what they are and how great they are is that examples he used is they also reach commercial success. He talks about other people like Black Thought who are not on here. Like Black Thought has commercial success with his band, but not necessarily. You can't compare that to Jay-Z. Okay, good talk.